Hello. Hello. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip through the meandering and the um, overflowing, confusing bundle jumble of thoughts and words, and I'm just going to try as best as I can to jump into this next chapter or section of the book, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And we are at a stage which is very serious, and I'm just joking, but I think it is important, which is recovering a sense of compassion. I think that's important. I mean, have you ever heard of that in any way, shape, or form? I think it's very important to get hooked up to learning about what that is and how you can get a bit of that action there. Okay. This week finds us embracing the internal blocks to creativity. It may be tempting to abandon ship at this point. Don't. We will explore and acknowledge the emotional difficulties that beset us in the past as we made creative efforts. We will undertake healing the shame of past failures. We will gain in compassion as we reprint the frightened artist, child who yearns for creative accomplishment. We will learn tools to dismantle emotional blocks and support renewed risk. Okay. Fear. That's actually FEAR. Fear. Okay. One of the most important tasks in artistic recovery is learning to call things and ourselves by the right names. Most of us have spent years using the wrong names for our behaviors. Most of us have spent years using the wrong names for our behaviors. Yes, I just read that sentence twice seamlessly, like it's supposed to be written that way. No. Hello. It's okay, brain. Right. We have wanted to create and we have been unable to create, and we have called that inability laziness or whatever else. I mean, sometimes there's a list of names for all kinds of things, just so-called capabilities that you only encounter when you somehow conjure up like something that you want to do and achieve, like push it through the extreme, and then you confront it, and it's like, oh, suddenly you're incapable of like so many other things. It's like, something's up there, something's making things go way out of proportion, and that's probably fear. Okay, carry on. This is not merely inaccurate, it is cruel. Accuracy and compassion serve us far better. Blocked artists are not lazy, they are blocked. Being blocked and being lazy are two different things. The blocked artist typically expends a great deal of energy, just not visibly. The blocked artist spends energy of self-hatred, on regret, on grief, and on jealousy. The blocked artist spends energy on self-doubt. That's that's a yucky one. That one. The blocked artist does not know how to begin with baby steps. Instead, the blocked artist thinks in terms of great, big, scary, impossible tasks. A novel, a feature film, a one-person show, an opera. When these large tasks are not accomplished or even begun, the blocked artist calls that laziness. Yes. Do not call the inability to start laziness. Oh, sorry. Say it in a better way. Do not call the inability to start laziness. Okay? You should call that fear. Fear is the true name for what ails the blocked artist. This is true. Like, even if you don't even know how to explain that, when you hear that and you're like, You can just take a moment and you can recognize in yourself how they're like truly of like 100% of bones, truthfully, like in the fulfillment of the truth that you can possibly achieve. You cannot deny that that is not true. And if you do, well, I mean, I didn't argue that. I mean, that is true. Like, yeah. Okay, going on. Here is the true name for what ails the blocked artist. It may be fear of failure or fear of success, even. Most frequently, it is fear of abandonment. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Praise God. I mean, you will never leave me nor forsake me. That's He never done that, and you won't do it ever. Okay. This fear has roots in childhood reality. Most blocked artists try to become artists either against their parents' good wishes or their parents' good judgment. For a youngster, this is quite a conflict. To go squarely against your parents' values means you'd better know what you're doing. You'd better not just be an artist. You'd better be a great artist, and if you're going to hurt your parents so much, ... I don't understand why it's written like that. That's like almost like a threat, and it's some people look at a threat and think that's an invitation. No, it's not. Be careful nowadays, people, man. I don't think everyone's built to learn things a long way around, okay? And like when you encounter people that do, give them a listen. Ask them a couple of questions. Whatever you want to, really, because they somehow survived through like some crazy stuff in life, and it's about like that's your opportunity then and there to experience any part of that, because don't think you want to go the long way around for all these different kinds of traumas and experiences. When you've got people who like they're trying to still shine a light, like they're like trying to be a beacon for whoever else is there, like trying to ward off this like freaking horror show behind them, trying to say no, here's the way, and then just trying to help other people, you know, as long as you know. As long as I live. Anyway, okay. Parents do act hurt when children rebel, and declaring oneself as an artist is usually viewed by parents as an act of rebellion. Unfortunately, the view of an artist's life as an adolescent rebellion often lingers, making any act of art entail the risk of separation and the loss of loved ones. Because artists still yearn for their creative goals, they then feel guilty. This guilt demands that they set a goal for themselves right off the bat, that they must be great artists in order to justify this rebellion. And what's sad is like, often, like this is, you know, you're reading it now and it's like, but in that moment or at least for a lot of people, if you've either not been warned or you haven't learned, like, it's like a person might not have any idea. They wouldn't be able to say those words yet, and they just wouldn't know that that's what they're going through. This is why it's so important to learn this stuff and teach one another and share and da-da-da-da. I'm not going to go on a huge rant. I'm just like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think it's also like, for me, I mean, it's not like this is like talking about pain and suffering, that kind of thing. It's like that's always been on the topics forever and ever, and it's like it's not really not. It just can, depending on where you're at and time and frame and stuff, it might not have been as acceptable to bring it up wherever in your life or whatever to talk about. But seems, you know, sometimes surfaces into people's conversations. Mostly stuff online, people feeling they can vocalize there, that feels safer. Or I mean, in the therapy room is another safe space. But in terms of just deep conversations, I don't know, like around a fire, or you know, home, whatever, just like a picnic, or like, I don't know, community team building at a riverside place where there's like ropes and rafts and cows and whatever. But you learn to communicate, and to build, and to just like, get the gees. Gees is like that team spirit, but it's igniting something else, and it's connecting everybody, and it's like trust is so essential. Sure, it's like trust is like that. It's like I don't know. For me, it's such a valuable thing. It's like trust and gold. Okay, well, what's the gold gonna do? If I don't trust. I mean, trust, and also like, I think trust is very essential to life, and it really is. And yes, I can expound from that, but I feel that I'm very much veering off the page there, which is fine, but I feel I think I'm starting to feel a little bit like, Dali, like, what are you doing? And like there's like, I don't know what area of the brain is coming from or whatever, but here and I'll see a little thought and I'm like, I'm not impressed. So it can go away and I'll carry on reading. The need to be a great artist makes it hard to be an artist. The need to produce a great work of art makes it hard to produce any art at all. Finding it hard to begin a project does not mean you will not be able to do it. It means you will need help. From your higher power, from supportive friends, and from yourself. Woo! 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. First of all, you must give yourself permission to begin small and go in baby steps. These steps must be rewarded. Setting impossible goals creates enormous fear, which creates procrastination. Aha! Which we wrongly call laziness. Hook, line, and sinker there. Yo. Fear, procrastination, laziness. Oh, that is Aina. That's Aina. So, do not call procrastination laziness. Call it fear. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm going to have to write it down, actually, so I can look at it again. Like this, I can feel it. Like, it's like whatever part of you that it's like, oh, I don't want to be brave. Or I don't want to, like, look at that, address that kind of thing. Which is also like, is that what you need to feel very speaking? I'm not mocking. I'm just trying to, I'm not trying to be funny either. It wasn't funny. But, it's like, no. This, I can write it down. I can put it up, and there will be an opportunity, maybe a few, where I can, like, look on this phrase wherever I put it up and think on it and like, okay. So whatever I'm doing in the procrastination station, I understand to not call it laziness. I don't really like. I don't think that I often arrive at a point where I'm like, oh yeah, you're lazy. But I can procrastinate sometimes, but I don't know if there's different kinds of procrastinating, because like sometimes I'll have like other extra tasks that have like a kind of a free, or not a strict time bound whatever on it. Yeah, that's English. And so I can, but once those like side projects are done, then they're done, and then they are useful as a thing in itself, but they don't really have necessarily like too much of a deadline, or they're like backlogged, and I'm getting to that, but that is like down on the planned list or whatever. So it's actually hard. It's hard for me to get out of that. Sometimes it's like procrastination is like step down. Instead of rest, it's like sometimes instead of like trying to relax, rest, take a breather, whatever, like we're supposed to. I'm not so great at that, but I'm trying to practice. I'll like rather procrastinate instead of laying down or like allowing myself to like just chill, meh, or just like calm down. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I don't even, what do I say to myself? But I think that's the key. It's like, that's exactly that. What do I say to myself? I'm not answering that one. Because I think the key is, this is the time to not say anything to myself. And it's like, almost like, but you can see the procrastination is there, and maybe you want to speak, maybe you want to do something, but like the inside voice is like maybe trying to like seeing is like, oh, and you automatically want to go and step into the procrastination. Yeah, that's a new word. Procrastination. It's a play. Procrastination station with probably crustaceans. Okay, creation place. It's like you're gonna go and you're gonna sit down to rest. You give yourself a time out, and you're like, okay, I know it's not easy, and I know but you gotta do this. You gotta just at least breathe until you feel like your muscles have changed. That they're relaxed in some kind of way. Okay, maybe they're still not relaxed, but there's some kind, you feel some blood flow, okay, and you can maybe close your eyes, or if you still want to refuse to close them, you can just feel them, like you can try and fight them. Go fight them. But the reason why I'm laughing and not really sharing the proper like description of what I'm busy talking about right now is because I'm weird. I'm just really weird. So yeah. Fear is what blocks an artist. The fear of not being good enough. The fear of not finishing. That one's a gnarly one. I mean, the fear of not finishing. But that's... Oh, for me, I mean, the fear of not finishing would come whilst I'm almost finished. So it wouldn't be necessarily like before I even started to do anything. I mean, I suppose it is there, but it's like that would come like it would like be this upsurge. It would be like a rising blocker, like from nowhere. Well, I'm referring more to when I was younger and like just under a pile of rubble and sorry, but yeah, like. But that is the best place to like say because that fear is like that's like no, that's your indication, and we're just gonna push through now. We're just okay. What are you trying to do? Like arise now so that I can't finish? No, I'm finishing this thing that I decided to do. You're not gonna come and step in my path now. What do you fear? Faith over fear. I said faith over fear. Faith is not fear's replacement. Well, that's better. It's better. It's not the opposite. I really don't. It's like, it's a completely different thing. But, and you'll need faith, probably. You'll need that faith. You'll need the faith inside of you. Everybody's got it. You're born with it. It's in your spirit. You need to activate that by deciding, okay, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna step. I'm going to engage in life, in light. You're going to make that ignition. And I'm going to ignite that little faith. And now you're going to do an action towards this better good or towards this fear maybe. But you know, on the other side of that fear is that joy that is on the horizon going to come. But through this life, it's not like... It's like you are going to encounter some kind of trial, tribulation. You might very well feel pain and suffering or some kind of other thing that's connected to that, you know, in some kind of way. And that is a part of life. That's the stuff that goes with the how life is hard. And it's, look, I mean, we can start a discussion on like lots of heavy stories, and I do think that's important, and I really want to get into that. But like for me, it's about the sort of, I'm not always sure like when do I step in and with what heaviness, and like yeah, I'm not the best social butterfly. Like maybe when I was a kid and I dressed up as a butterfly and ran around in my front garden as a 3-year-old amongst sunflowers that were basically my same height. So that's not the same. um, but yeah, I mean, anyway, so like when you're like almost done, that's like, I mean, saying that's the worst time to quit, boo, is like stupid to say it to you. It's like, it is, because it kind of sucks, but like, okay, if you decide to quit there, but you're still there. So like, you can decide, okay, I'm gonna get up because I've just become tired of quitting. And it's almost like you say, oh, I'm gonna quit now. I'm gonna sit down and like throw a pity party. It's like, okay, but eventually your pity party is usually over pretty quick. And the thing is, it's like everyone, you realize that point. Okay, oh man, that didn't last long. And the thing is, that guilt, that shame, whatever, you can't let that keep you down there. You got to get up again, because you quit, but you quit before it's over. So you still got to get up and face that thing and finish what you started. And there you go. It's like, yeah. And I just want to say that, I mean, fear is this thing, but you can learn how to deal with it. And fear is like, you can really do, it's amazing. Fear is like, it, I mean, it's what can I say? It's like, I mean, we can't, like, I don't think anyone can really truly explain what fear is, like, existentially, or like deep into the spirit of your blah blah blah, like fourth, fifth dimension, clap it round, like, you can't really explain in words, but it's like, it can be a really crazy, amazing, with God's hand in it, transformational experience. It's really healing, transformative, like, and a bunch of other things, like, it's like borderline psychedelic, especially if God comes in, you invites him in maybe into the story, and he's like not only putting favor on you, he's busy healing you as well, because he's putting together the brokenness and he's healing you, and he's so creative, and he's like, and he also, it's like sometimes maybe you need like some kind of miracle and you don't even know that, and God's like, oh man, I'm also gonna do a miracle because I want other people to see these things as well, because it's for his glory. And so it's like, okay. And fear, when you're scared, anxious, whatever, when you're like, when fear is the only thing that you can't even speak. It's like, and you're being rocked with it. I mean, there's so many different, there's so many horrific ways to feel fear. I mean, and like to PTSD, and then after PTSD, it's like, it's like you get rocked again, and it's like, what the, but it's so amazing, and when you're healing, and when somehow you get to this point, you're fighting, and your head's down, and maybe you're like, oh, in that fear space, because you're busy like gritting, and you're like courageous, but you're fighting, and you're trying to allow yourself to receive the healing that you have, and you're trying not to like resist that too much, and you're trying to do all the things that you've got to do, and you're also trying to give yourself grace. And then you're like, okay, but I can just sort of try and treat myself the best way, but I need to go to God, and then to just go to him for every little thing, especially if I feel fear. It's like, oh man, that's one of the best reasons to go to God. Like, He can sort that out quick, and so in like a cool way as well. And you can pray to Him. Like, it's like you don't have to like make up a thing and then take cardboard boxes and build a house and then pretend and like walk in there and be like, ma. You can just be natural. Like, in the moment that you are feeling that, you can have a moment with God, and you can talk to Him, and you can appeal to Him, and you can say in that moment, you can be honest with Him, and you can say, Lord, I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling fear, Lord. And I don't know what to do. But Lord, you know my heart. You know that I'm still here and I'm trying. And Lord, I just need your presence. I need your peace. Lord, come into my heart. Come into my life. Just take over. I give up. I give my anxieties onto you. I set my fear down. Take this fear away from me. I don't want this fear. And with you, Lord, I need your presence. Lord, please guide me. Please guide me. Protect me. Guide me. You can do that. I mean, it's like, it's getting harder and harder for me to keep up with, like, saying for other people, like, oh, it sounds kind of, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever it sounds like, look, it's real. It really, it's like, you come to different stages of places, or I don't even know the proper words now. You come to different places in life where it's like, oh man, and maybe you're, and maybe it's like insanely hard, and you don't know what on earth is going on, and maybe that's a weird kind of figure of speech. So, like, you don't know what on planets of is going on, but just like you don't know where are you. It's like, but, and I don't know, like, all, because I don't know what each person's situation is, but like for me it's like, I don't know, for some reason it's like, okay, but God is still there. God is still there. I mean, I can still go to Him, and I can't control anything else. I'm in pain, I'm in this, I'm in that, I'm dying, blah. It's like, but it will be that thing, that hope, whatever it is. There's something that is so great, and it's put inside of you to connect with that. It's like, man. And it's like you don't even do nothing. You don't do anything for it. It's like you receive that. You receive what you need because it's there. You have been provided for. When you're on this planet now, you're listening to this maybe, or I am right now. I can identify that I'm breathing. In fact, I need to probably like stop this now and go breathe a little bit deeper. But it's like, here I am alive and breathing. And it doesn't always, you can't like I can't do that and like suddenly sink into like the subs and the different like areas and the like dimensions of how like whoa, that's a whole psychedelic, non-drug, like psychedelic experience in itself. But like that takes a little bit to really come into that. Okay, and I most certainly wouldn't do it with anything recording me. Anyway, I'm just saying, it is a miracle that you're standing here or sitting, or that you're here alive breathing. That is a miracle. It's a legit miracle. It really is. And like, maybe it's like, and then like, oh, okay, that's also a breath. Like, wasn't that enjoyable? Or whatever your next like twitch is, like that. You need what? You're alive, you're breathing, you matter, you're here for a reason, even if it's to have an attitude problem. And that is a joke. There's more to life than that. So but, and I don't know, overboard stories with my mom and stuff the whole time, that it's like, and I don't want to end it off necessarily on, but like the beginning of me learning a bit about that, of how you can really go into, and I can't say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is how you begin to start to go into the breath and realize, or have some kind of revelation, realization, blood, memory, I don't know, whatever it is, where it's like you can build a type of gratitude and stillness and observation, and you can sort of sense and feel and acknowledge in reality that you are alive, okay, and living in life, breathing, and you have that gratitude also there, and it's like, and that is like, whoa, that's like developing a really nice atmosphere, and that gratitude and that life and the breathing, the stillness, and it's like, and you are here, and it's like you can just wait still there, and then like and I mean you can do what you gotta do, but like allow God's be open to God's presence or higher power, whatever it is, that love, whatever that supernatural thing that you don't have a word for, that's why the subholder word, but be open to receive that which is what you need inside, deep inside, for that deep restoration, that deep healing, or that peace. Invite him in. Invite God in. Invite him in. But anyway, it's like amazing when you can get into that space. It's like you've got your breath, you've got the ground. You can even add gravity into that. You're like, whoa, I have ground beneath my feet. I can stand. I'm not flying off the, spinning. It's like a weird experience. I mean, we walk around with this thing called gravity. Like, what? It's a pretty thoughtful thing. Anyway, I'm such a goofball tonight. I'm like, oh, okay, Darlie, this is also new for you, even. I don't know. Anyway, so last couple of, I mean, I want to say more, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Do not call procrastination laziness. Call it fear. Fear is what blocks an artist. Fear is the fear of not being good enough, the fear of not finishing, the fear of failure and of success, the fear of beginning at all. There is only one cure for fear. The cure is love. Use love for your artist to cure its fear. Stop yelling at yourself. Be nice. Call fear by its right name. Okay. You know what? That was good. God is good. And yeah, I mean, it's very true. Why do we forget about love so much? It's like, love is all around. But yeah, that is like, for fear, love trumps it, knocks it out the park. It like, imagine like love is like everything, and then fear is like this little thing. It's like, bring the love, and then the fear is like, it like absorbs into and becomes love also. As you meet it, it's like there's a little fear pit, like the fear pea or whatever. That's weird, I know. And then it's like this, everything is like love. And here's a pea, like a pea seed. Like I don't have one handy here next to me anyway. Like this thing, and it's like, and this love it's love. It's just like, it's just. And then the closer it gets, even before it touches, it's like the pea is like split open, and it becomes into, it's like fragments, and it's like, it's just a part of the love. And the particles, and it's just a part of it, And the reason why I think I thought of a pea is, I don't know, like, isn't there a thing called like a fairy tale or something? I mean, I've grown many peas are cool, like peas be with you, and then there's like pea seeds. It's great to grow with children. They're really easy to grow with them, and you actually see the results. So it's like, it's a great tip. Buy a bag of pea seeds. You can either grow peas, different varieties. You can grow the ones that flower as well. They make beautiful little flowers. You can make a pea teepee. So if you got kids, like do that. Try it. Anyway, so but like that was my referencing a pea seed. Peace be with you. Be at peace, not in pieces. And that's the tattoo I have on my spine in Arabic, and it's not one of those like effed up. You see those pictures of tattoos, and they're written in another language, and that language doesn't use the ABCD. It's I got two different guys to confirm that it's right. So it's written right. It's like, because you don't want, a tattoo to be wrong. It's not funny, like it isn't. I know you can find those funny meme stuff on Pinterest or whatever, tattoos that went wrong. Just think of that person. Like the only thing they can do is to not like, like go off the rails. It's like laugh at it. And yeah, it's so funny. Anyway, so it's like be at peace, not in pieces. It's interesting because like that is the whole thing in itself. And like for me to start to unpack that is insane. That is like spiral dynamics plus mosaic vision and gardening, and it's like without me come into here, like come and I'll show you the space where I can literally show you, and we can build like what it looks like inside of there. Because it's more like more into 4D imaginational like type of stuff. So, but if you think of maybe mosaic vision spirals stacking, right, and then having like okay, I'm just gonna stop now. But there's this, okay, well, anyway, but yeah, as if I can't get like weirder, I remember now randomly, when I was in like primary school, right, I'm asking you like to agree with me, okay, there's nobody there, it's just a screen, yeah, I think there is this one of these songs that we sang, and I think it was like, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. And we would like literally, we would bend as kids, and like we would we would point to the sole of our foot, and to soul, soul, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul, but it's like just soul. But it's cool, like you can remember, and it's a move, to do, like you touch your foot. And it helped me remember to this day. Like, and I think another line of it was like, yeah, but okay, just leave it at that. It's like, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. In my soul. Sure, I'll leave you with that. Okay. I think Andrew Rubin had Rick Rubin on his podcast again. I think it was in that one. We are overheard. I'm pretty sure it was Rick saying that, but like, whatever. It's like there's more than one type of person that's kind of like Rick. They're very rare, very rare. And he said something along the lines of, and it reminded me of a woman that I met quite a lot of years ago, or many, I'm not sure. And she shared with me, I think, either the same or a similar mantra, or like that he shared with Andrew, I think, on the recent podcast. So, and I think it's Okay. Yeah. And you start with you, but you can also say, like, for me, when I so uh when I first met this lady, like many years ago, when she shared it with me, which is sort of like I realized when like Rick Rubin is sharing this thing on the thing, I was like, wait, what? This lady that I met long time ago, she had a really great piece of wisdom that she gave to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what he does. Wow, okay. So it's like, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be loved. Um, may I be at peace and at ease. May I be happy. Or something like that. And then that's the thing. And then, well, I mean, what she taught me, but it's like, and you can even write it in a card. Like, I used to do this. It's like, it's kind of weird now because I'm like, I can see my face in the phone. It's just really weird. Okay, but obviously, okay, looking through the camera. Okay, so the other one is like, or like you can do it for you, and then it's like, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be loved. May you be at peace and at ease. May you be happy. And you can maybe go back to you, and I was like, I don't know, cycled. I just never shared that like that before. I mean, the most I've done is like written it in a card for other people. But anyway, it is like originally what she shared with me is a mantra that you can say to yourself, and write it down. I wonder how many journals I actually rewrote that down in, so that if I happened upon it, I could reread it or remember it. But that was such a gift, you know. And like hearing Rick Rubin say that, it was like, ding dong dong ding dong, and then it's like, whoa, a memory came, and it's like, oh my goodness, oh wow, yeah, there's the information in my brain. And I was like, oh wow, this one, and I felt really like, what? And like, so it was really cool. Like, isn't that interesting? Like how like, and it just so happened to be, but it's like, oh wow, she had something special about her. She felt to share with me, out of like glossing in the back of my mind, the podcast, whatever. That starts to become super salient, and I'm like, wait, I know that, like I know that, and like I have nobody around me. I'm listening. It's like, wait, what? And then I'm realizing, oh. And oh no, I'm acting so silly. Goodness me. I thought I put something new up there. Trying to look for something. How about this quote scripture, sorry. I'm gonna end up with a scripture, and so okay, well, here's the sorry, oh, I really hope it doesn't fall down. You know, it's one of these rock things. But that your word is a light to my path and a lamp to my feet. And that's from Psalm 119, verse 105. I would advise, you can write that down, like, but you also, I really do recommend go into the psalm itself. Yeah, you can find the scripture cool, but then like if you're there, then read the entire Psalm 119. It's very nice. Yeah, and shalom, shalom, and so it's not just shalom, just peace, but shalom, shalom, which is like a greeting, but it means perfect peace. Also, I have been taught And so yeah. And yeah, I mean, like, here we go with my mom again. Is there angel close by? She's seeing someone. Um, man. But I mean, her sign forever and ever. You always see it. Meow. Like, even if she's falling into like a splash of water, she'd be like, you'd see the peace sign. Like, so mine is this. Like, that's mine. It's like, even sometimes I'm driving on the steering wheel and I'm like, I'm supposed to hold the steering like that or something, and I'll like just see the natural way of my hand, like, meow, and like it does feel comfortable. It's like I'm ready, like, bam, yeah, that's just super weird now. Okay, cheers, yeah, meow.